All right. Good evening, everybody. Hey, so today we have the pleasure of visiting with one of my team members, one of my business partners, Miss Giselle Curielle. Now, this woman has an amazing story, and I'm not going to tell her story for you. I'm going to let her do that. But I definitely wanted to get her on here because she's one of the people that I look up to in the business. She's very helpful. Anytime I'll reach out to her for anything, right? She's very willing to assist me. And in this business, nobody knows everything, so it's really good when you have people that you can lean on. Miss Giselle Curielle is one of those people. Miss Giselle, are you there?
I'm here, Rashawn. How are you this afternoon?
I'm good. I'm good. I can't complain at all. I'm 2 months from retiring from the military, right? So yeah, 28 years. It'll be 28 years, and I'm retiring
Wow.
in 2 months. But this is really more about you, because my audience knows me. But I would like you to tell my audience a little bit about you and who you are.
Well, it's a pleasure beginning to be here with you guys today. And, just sharing a little bit of me, of who I am. A lot of people see us online and some know who we are, some don't, because they're new in our pages. But I'm a single mother of three. I was born in the Dominican Republic and I came to United States when I was 9 years old. And I started working, I want to say when I was 18. We moved back to my country and I started working there since I was 18 in a pharmacy with one of my brothers. And coming back to the States, then I started working in the medical field. Working in the medical field since 2006, working in laboratories as a phlebotomist, as a travel lead technician until last year when I had the honor to meet this company and everything changed.
Okay, okay. So let's dig into that a little bit. What made you decide to join the company?
Well, I wasn't looking for a business to begin with. I like to say this because a lot of people, when I reach out to some of the people that I have reached out to in the past, they're like, "Where? Okay, hold on. You was the lead that used to travel nationally for this big company, and now you're doing something in the financial field, like medical, financial. How does that work?" So to me, it's like, okay, let me tell you how. I wasn't looking for a business, really. I was looking for help with my credit. My credit was trash. I'm going to be as open as I can this afternoon. My credit was trash. I didn't handle my finances the way I should have for years. And having a car accident in 2016 put me in a position where I had a lot of debt. When I first moved to Florida, I filed for bankruptcy and that was sitting in my credit. I wasn't making any payments for my student loans. That definitely was the biggest thing on my credit. So I found myself looking for someone's help. And at the time, someone I know, it was, posting that he will help with credit, remove bankruptcies, and remove student loans. And I reached out to him. So when I reached out to him, in the back of my mind, it was like, okay, all these companies, they steal your money. They don't do what they say they're going to do. But I'm going to trust him because, he's someone I know. He wouldn't do that to me. That's what I said. One. Second, he's in the military. I don't think he's going to do none of that. If that wasn't real, he's not going to get himself into that. He's in the military. So that kind of gave me the little bit of comfort that I needed. And I started fixing my credit. That's how I started. When I started seeing results, I was like, wait a minute. If this is good for me, it can be good for a lot of people. And that's when I took the step to ask for more information on how to start working with the company. And I started inquiring about different things.
Okay, so you started off as a customer, right?
I did.
Okay,
I
and
started as a customer. I'm sorry. I started as a customer. Actually, I started as an agent, and I'll tell you why. He when he was telling me, I didn't see the opportunity. But when he started telling me about the services, I was like, if this works, you know, I have family that I can help. That's what I thought. But I didn't want to do a business because I was too busy. My job, I was traveling 4, 5, 6 days out of the week. And when I say out of the week, like there were Sundays that I had to leave my house and come back on a Wednesday and leave on a Thursday and come back on the next Saturday. So, but when he told me about the services, he was like, okay, Giselle, if you refer 5 people, he talked to me about the referral program. And that's what caught my attention, the referral program. At the time, that program was not there for clients, it was just for agents. And I was like, okay, so what's the difference? He explained the difference between what you would make, if you refer the people only as a client. And he talked about the money and I was like, oh, okay, well, I'm still gonna send you some people because I have family members, I need your help. So I started as an agent, but I didn't have the mentality to be an agent. I just wanted to get a little bit of money for those referrals, basically.
okay, so you came in as an agent with the customer mindset, right? You wanted to get your credit
Exactly.
fixed, right? You wanted to get your credit fixed, but you wanted to help your family also, right?
Exactly.
Because it's no sense in you winning if the rest of your tribe is still losing, right? Um,
Exactly.
so I'm definitely glad that you made that step. But you said something and you kind of rushed right by it when you talked about you saw some success, right? So when you talk, now we're just talking the customer side, right? When you say you saw success, how much success are we talking?
So I gotta be honest to you guys. I said I was gonna be honest. I was a horrible customer. I truly was. When we're talking about you telling the customer this is what you need to do to see results, I didn't do it. A month went by, the next month went by, and I didn't follow through with my review letters, like I call them, because it's to review information about you. I didn't follow through. I was just, I was following and I stood on the bucket, but I didn't do anything. Now, the minute I decided, and this was a few months later, the minute I decided to do what I was told that I needed to do, 34 days later, my credit went up 71 points.
Wow.
And and that was, yeah, that's what I said. Wow. You know why? Because to me, it was like, I was ready to cancel. I was ready to cancel my services because I was like, I haven't seen anything here. This program is not doing anything for me. And I'm pretty sure, like, I know I had clients that had feel the same way at certain point. But once again, are you doing what you need to do? So this person came back to me and he said, okay, Giselle, this is what you need to do. This is what needs to be done. And then I was hands on. Let's do what we need to do. And I go ahead and got my paperwork together, sent it. I had that bankruptcy that I mentioned. It was sitting in my credit for 11 and a half years. So that went away. 2 credit cards that were charged off went away. And I didn't even know I have medical bills on my credit because Credit Karma and these other websites that I used to use to see my credit, they didn't show in there. So the 5 medical bills that I had there went away too. So that's how I got 71 points. Till today, my credit has went up over 244 points.
Wow. 244.
Yes, 244.
Wow. That is amazing.
And that was months ago. Let me tell you, that was months ago when I went back and looked. I'm still seeing updates from where I know how to use my accounts. I know what's needed to do to get everything I need in my credit, because this company is amazing. I mean, this company is not only going to help you fix your credit, fix that 35% of your credit, which is which is the negative things that we see there, is also going to help you with the other 65. So when I understood that there's 5 parts that I have to work, that is not just positive, negative. No. When I understood how credit works, because our amazing products show me how, then, until today, I'm able to keep racing. So it's just amazing. It's more than 244, but that was the last time I counted.
Absolutely, absolutely. Hey, so it's definitely apparent that you are passionate about our services and what we do, and the purpose of what we do, because it's not about us, right? We firmly believe that we are here to serve. Okay, but not only did you have a lot of success with with your own getting your own credit fixed. It's my understanding that you were recently promoted to the rank of regional sales director, right? Is that true?
Yes, that's true. And is you just mentioned something very important. When you're passionate about what you do,
Mm-hmm.
things that seems hard to other people are easy for you.
Mm-hmm.
When you put everything in God's hands first, and if you have a goal, you say, okay, this is what I want, Lord, but what do you want me to do?
Mm-hmm.
God put in my heart to work directly with the people I had around me and see what they needed. And once I helped them with what they needed, my success started coming on its own. So to me, this business is more than a check. It's more than seeing people as what the business can do financially for me. I always tell my clients, if you have results, if I help you and give you all the steps and you follow them and you have results, that's what fills me up. Because getting to that position is not a piece of cake. It's not a piece of cake. It's doable, but it's not a piece of cake. There's different things that you need to understand. There's different requirements that you have to accomplish. And I couldn't have done it without the people that I have around me. My team is amazing. I have amazing leaders in my team. I
Absolutely.
I pray for these people. I pray for these people. I pray every night because I found myself working, and yeah, I was having results with clients, I was having results with everything, but it got to a point where I felt stuck. I was like, why? I mean, Lord, show me why. And that's when he basically showed me, if you help others, your success is going to come. And that's how it happened. I remember a week before, someone asked me, so when are we getting promoted? And I was like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not even close. And after answering that, I was like, wait a minute, let me check this. Let me see what's going on here. And everything started happening. I'm extremely blessed
Yes.
to be able to have such a wonderful people in my
Yes.
team.
Yes. And congratulations to you and your team. I tell you that making the title of regional sales director is not easy. But like you said, it's doable. It's doable, and
Yeah.
um, people get confused when people talk about the titles and things like that. They don't understand we're going to talk about the financial side of it just a little bit. Now, we're not going to spend your money, right? But I want to make it real so people understand, because most of my audience, right, most of my followers, I'm in the military, right? I'm still in the Navy, right? So to them, right, my income comes from the Navy. Okay. Now, it's my understanding that you recently walked away from corporate America. Is that true?
Yes, that's true. I actually that was a leap of faith, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been I resigned from the job I had back in May last year.
Mhm.
But my last actual day that I worked because of COVID, it was in at the end of February, beginning of March.
Mhm.
I found myself with my agenda was booked, completely booked. I had decided that I wanted to do the business and I was doing it part time. And when this exploded, all my travel was canceled.
Mhm.
So I don't know if there's anyone here who experienced this, but even the thought about it now is like, oh, everything was canceled. And that was my income. That was the way to provide a home for my family, food for my family. And at that moment I was like, Lord, I'm gonna put it in your hands. I can either go work in this hospital and basically bring the virus home because I didn't have a place to stay, so I can work and stay away from my family. At the time, I had my mother, who is over 70 years old, is staying with us, and we prayed together. And I consulted with her, and she was like, "Well, if you have to go work, go work. We'll take the measurements needed." But I didn't want to do that, so I remember praying, and I was like, "I'm not going back to the hospital. All my travel is canceled." I used to do that was the type of work that I was doing at the time. And when I decided to do things, I just listened to the person that was helping me. I asked him, what do I need to do? I sat down with a pen and paper and I took notes. Okay, step one, give me steps, baby steps, because I need to make this work. That's what I asked him to do. And I was blessed to receive three different things. He told me, you're going to do this, this, and this, and how to follow through. And amazingly, that first week, I started with my first 12 clients, which we know that getting 12 clients when you're new, when you basically don't know what you're doing, other than you following the services because you are a client and you know exactly what they need to do because you have done it. That was a total blessing. That was like my light, the light at the end of the tunnel, and my yes from God. This is it. And I walked away until today. Is I don't see myself going back.
Right.
Like I feel like I have a purpose here. I have a commitment with so many people that it has changed my life.
Okay. And if I heard you correctly, you walked away from corporate America 10 months ago, right?
10 months.
And you've been living off of your earnings from this business for 10 months now, right? And you just got a raise, right?
That's
So
correct.
that's important because a lot of people don't understand, right? A lot of people believe that all of my income comes from the military because I'm still in, right? Um, Truth be told, I'm still in because I have a contract that I have to fulfill,
Mhm.
right? But when my contract is over, which is coming up here in the next 2 months, right? This is it for me because I don't want to work for somebody else, and I know the potential that this can do, right? I've seen the success that I personally have had, and I watch the people around me who are not who don't have the same boundaries that I have, and watch them blow up, and I just know that with me being stuck like I am and still having this success, right? I can just imagine what it's going to be like when I don't have that boundary anymore, right? So I definitely wanted to congratulate you on that. I truly believe that you and your team, because it took a team. You were right, right? I'm truly proud of you and your team. You guys definitely deserved it. I see you out there grinding every day. You are one of my inspirations, right? You're one of the people that like, look, Giselle's gonna do this. I can do it, right? Giselle. Oh, Giselle just enrolled a customer. I got to go find me somebody, okay? Right,
And
right.
now that you're saying that, it's funny because you have been one of the, I could say there's only a few people that I look at, and they help me every day be better. Like I see your postings. I see what you're doing with your team. I see like your life. I see everything you're doing. And it's like, yes, it can be done. Like I see the success behind you, and I'm gonna mention Erica, and I see how you guys, present yourself online, the information that you share with people, the value that you bring to your community, and it's something that it moves me every day. So it's funny how you're saying that I'm the one that is moving you, but really you're the one that is moving me. See, that goes to show somebody's always watching.
Well, and not only that, good leaders are good followers, right? Right. You got to follow
That's
if you're gonna lead. You have to be. I mean, you have to be able to be coached, right? And sometimes your coach is right next to you, right? Sometimes your coach is right in the trenches with you. And so I'm glad that I was able to do that for you, because you definitely do that for me. You and some of the rest of the team. Shout out to my team, Visionary Pathfinder. Shout out to Money Team. Shout out to I Pioneer Your Ship, Goal Getters, the Alliance, Financial Leaders of America. Shout out to all of our mentors and business partners that's out there in the trenches with us, trying to help people, right? Because that's what it's about. It's about helping people. Now, last question, Giselle. What would you say to somebody that was on the fence? Like they've been watching, they don't like, because we all know they don't like when we post our business, our business stuff or our customer stuff. They don't like that stuff, right? They look at it, right, but they don't like it because they don't want nobody to know, right? So, but they're on the fence, right? They want to join, like they want to stick their toe in the water, right? But they're not. They really haven't made that decision yet. What would you say to those people?
there's so many things I can say, but I think if I'm going to go back to me, what what helped me make the decision was looking at my family, looking at my situation, looking at why I was looking for a change. Like, what is it that is making you uncomfortable in life now? What is it that you want to change? If if that we call it why, if your why is not big enough, you're not going to move forward. So there is obviously a reason why you're looking for a change. So I would tell you, and I'm speaking to the person that you described, I would tell you, sit down, you and your pillow. And when I say you and your pillow, I say you and your pillow because sometimes we want to listen to the outsider that has an opinion about what you want to do. But when your bills come in, they don't pay it for you. Now, I'm going to be clear. Like, that was me. I had tons of people around me that I was like, oh, what is this person going to say? What is that person going to say? What is that person going to say? Are they even going to acknowledge what I'm doing? Am I going to be successful because I wasn't successful in the back and I'm carrying this in my shoulders because I didn't have success elsewhere? No. You have to decide what you want for you and your family. If you have, what is your why? Why you want a change? Not why you want this business. Why you want a change in your life? And if that particular why doesn't move you, then you probably don't really want the change. You got to look at yourself. Look at yourself inside you and forget everybody around you. Just you. What is it that Giselle wants? That's what I ask myself. At the moment, I wanted security for my family. I wanted to be able to pay my rent. I wanted to be able to pay my bills. I wanted to keep my family safe because we were in the middle of a pandemic and I had lost all my work for 2 months. I sat there one afternoon and I watched over $10,000 walk away from my agenda. So you think my wife was strong enough as a single mom that didn't have an income? Mine, if you facing something like that, you'll definitely move. Now, when you find people that don't move, is because they don't know why they want to do something. Look at yourself. Ask Giselle. I can't go out and ask you, Roshan, why should I do this? If you're looking in the outside, you're never gonna feel accomplished, even if you do something and you get to where you say you wanted to be. If it's not something that you wanted and it's something that somebody else wanted for you, it's gonna feel good. But it's never gonna be as rewarding if it's something that you want. So I mean, just look at yourself and ask yourself, is this the change? What is it that I want to change? It's inside you. You gotta look inside you.
Mhm. Absolutely. So, I have a huge following that actually Spanish is their. I'm not gonna say a huge following, but I have some friends, right? That Spanish is their first language. Um, and I
Okay.
also have some friends that speaks better Spanish than they do English. So
I
what would you
mean,
say what would you say to those people?
so I'm gonna summarize what I said, but in Spanish. Si, si tú te ves en ese, si estás ahí parado, en ese momento de tomar una decisión, de hacer algo que cambie tu vida, como por ejemplo este negocio ha cambiado la vida mía y de mi grupo, y tú no sabes si debes o no tomar la decisión, te voy a decir exactamente lo que yo hice. Yo me senté con Giselle. Giselle era la que sabía por qué quería cambiar su situación. No lo sabía en ese momento mi mamá que estaba a mi alrededor, no lo sabían mis hijos, no lo sabía mi jefe, que tenía varios. En ese momento Giselle sabía. Entonces, si tú miras dentro de ti, ¿por qué tú quieres un cambio en tu vida? Yo estoy segura que te vas a dar la oportunidad de tomar ese paso para hacer que ese cambio sea una realidad. Pero si estás sentado pensando en qué va a decir una persona, en qué va a decir la otra, en si va a funcionar, te vas a quedar estancado. Y las oportunidades vienen y van, pero todas no son iguales. Entonces, a veces, como dice creo que es una leyenda que hablan, que dicen de un señor que se quedó en el medio del mar y decía, Señor, ayúdame, Señor, sálvame. Vinieron 3 botes y él por diferentes razones lo dejó pasar los 3 botes. Entonces cuando se estaba ahogando dice, Señor, pero te pedí que me salve. El Señor le dice, bueno, yo te mandé 3 botes y no te montaste en ninguno. Entonces pues eso va a decir que Dios nos pone las cosas en el camino. Y la decisión, la última decisión, Dios no la va a tomar por ti. Yo soy muy creyente, he sido cristiana desde pequeña y la parte humana la tenemos que hacer nosotros para que Dios pueda trabajar. Yeah, that.
Okay.
I know you probably didn't understand much, but for the Spanish people.
Thank you for that. And I also wanted to mention, because it hasn't gone unnoticed, but you play a major part in our Spanish team, as far as when people have agents that speak better Spanish or whatever, or prospects that speak better Spanish, right? We send them to your things, and you take care of them for us, right? So and that's part of the teamwork for that, right? I remember one time I had somebody that I was prospecting that was interested, but they wanted to know about whether we had anything in Spanish, right? And I said, hey Giselle, I need your help, and you said, hey, what do you need, right? And that person, they ghosted me, right? Because that happens to us, right? They ghosted me, but you were ready to talk to that person for me. And I really appreciate that, because you helping me does absolutely nothing for you, right? But strengthen our friendship, right? And I do the same thing, and at least I hope I do the same thing for you, because I love who you are as a person. You are one of the most genuine one of the most genuine people that I've met since I've been in this business, and I really appreciate you and what you bring to the rest of the team. It was a pleasure having you, Miss Regional Sales Director Giselle Curielle. Hopefully we can do this again sometime soon. But you go out there, you and your team, and y'all keep crushing it and showing the rest of us how to do it.
Well, thank you for having me, and I'm definitely here for anything that you guys need. Spanish is my first language. I used to say I can't learn English, not even if you put it with a spoon in my head. That's what I used to say until they put me in a private school where they had no Spanish classes. That's how I learned what I know. But it was a pleasure being here. I'm here to serve, and like I said, we are a team. We are a team, and you have to care for others. That's what we're called to do. We're called to be there for our brothers and sisters, and I truly believe that when you are a blessing to someone, God is also going to bless you. And I don't do it waiting for my blessings. In particular, I everything I do is waiting to see that the other person is going to have a easier and happier life. That fills me up. I love helping people, so thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much for the time. And definitely, whenever you need me, I'm here.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thanks again for joining me. It was really a pleasure. You always bring sunshine when you're around. So I definitely appreciate that. And we will be talking soon.
Sure, for sure. Well, thank you so much, Roshan. Have a great afternoon. It was a
You do
pleasure
the
being
same.
here.